Hey Starling, today we're looking at the Coronation chart as it applies to Prince Charles, who is a water sign with Sun in Scorpio. He also has Moon opposite in Taurus, which means he was born on a full moon. You can see there up the top of his chart the little moon sign. So he's having a nodal return. The north node of destiny is at 4 degrees Taurus, conjunct his north node at 4 degrees Taurus. That's that little horseshoe shape. In his 10th house of public image and vocation. Sounds destined. It's a really great placement. Also conjunct his moon, which ties it in very personal. And his mother, of course, has this is passing on through the mother line, the legacy of his mother, the maternal matrilineal line at this point. So he also has Leo rising, as you can see in the blue circle to the left, 5 degrees Leo rising. And the chart for the day, or for 11 a.m. London time when the coronation begins, is 6 degrees Leo. So there's a conjunction that's very close. Leo, of course, rules royalty, v.i.ps, celebrities, the performer. It's a very public position. It's great for a public person. So we may see him really step into that more. He seems like he's been pretty quiet. So the ruler of Leo, the sun, follow that blue arrow up. There's the sun transiting today in his 10th house. Again, very public vocation, the monarch or the leader in Taurus, actually. So the ruler, the sun, is in the 10th house. So that's pretty destined as well. It's a great position for the rulership. He also has that sun conjunct Uranus at 18 degrees, so they're only a few degrees apart. So he's going to have to do things differently, and I think he will do things differently. I think we all know, including he, that for the monarchy to persist and not be dismantled, which many astrologers are predicting it may be downgraded or even dismantled, he will really have to be very progressive and keep up with the times. And I don't know that much about the royal family, but I do know he is quite the climate activist. He is actually very progressive in many ways. Did you know the royal family use homeopathy? And I think they steer clear of a lot of, at least overdoing traditional medicines. They'll use homeopathy instead. So interesting things to see there. So I'll just add this bit in here. Pluto going into Aquarius for the next 20 years. It's already in. Suggests that the opposite sign of Leo is the shadow. So it's a poo-poo on the royalty, the Leo, the celebrities, the v.i.ps. The last 2.5 years we've seen Saturn, taskmaster, sign of limits and the end, go through Aquarius. So we saw a lot of celebrities really ripped down, and the populace, the peasants certainly revolted. That's you and me, gals. So to keep up with the times, people in those Leo positions will really have to change, and we've already seen people adapting as well. It's really time. So let's keep looking at the chart. So of course we just came off the back of a full moon in Scorpio with an eclipse. So Charles has mutual reception here. So see the outer ring, there's the sun up top there in blue in Taurus, the moon down in green in Scorpio, and he has sun in Scorpio with a moon in Taurus. So that's opposite mutual reception, and it just ties in the flavor and makes this a little more interesting. So both on full moons, he's a full moon baby. Then we can look over to his moon, or down to his moon in green, the green circle. There's moon in Scorpio. So in mundane astrology, which is astrology of not a person, which is natal astrology, but of a point in time, we look at the moon as representing the people or the masses, where the sun represents the leader or the monarch. In this case, it represents Prince Charles, for England at least. So the moon representing the people is at 24, Scorpio in his 5th house, and it's conjunct Chiron, the planet of wounding, at 20, is it 8, 6 something degrees? Very, close enough. So Chiron, the planet of wounding and healing in Scorpio, says to me, put it back, Wynona. So we've already got people protesting. There's already been arrests, and it hasn't even started yet. Oh, it has just started. So this is people saying, not my king. And more to the point, I think there's a lot of talk about colonialism that he is really coming into having to deal with. This is going to be on his watch to deal with that. And it's really important he does deal with it because of that Pluto going through Aquarius. So the other thing is, the big part of colonization, part of that story is stolen property. All the resources, even this position, it's all been taken by force. These aren't gifts, a lot of them. Some are gifts because of the position. And, there's a lot of talk about that. And not putting people's nose out of joint that monarchists and royalists, the monarchy's been around for quite a long time and they form part of the national identity, and that is important to a lot of people. So I think this all needs to be done quite delicately, but there is certainly big calls for change, as we all understand. So they are the main points of this chart. I'd love to know what you think and what you feel this predicts for people. For England, for the monarchy, also thinking about celebrities generally. We've seen so many takedowns over the last couple of years. People have so much more power because of social media, actually have a voice. Everyone that can afford a computer has a voice, basically, or can afford a phone, etc. If you want to learn more about the signs, deep dive the signs, you can pick up my book, Cosmic Power, Ignite Your Light, A Simple Guide to Sun Signs for the Mystic, and more about transits with my book, Astro Power, A Simple Guide to Prediction and Destiny for the Modern Mystic. This has been Vanessa Montgomery. Have a great day and stay cosmic.